Mr. Marcus, it's very nice to see you again, and would you introduce us and our audience to your honored guest here today?
It's a great pleasure, Bobby, to have the opportunity of introducing one of the foremost statesmen representing a foreign nation in our country, our guest who has come here to attend the inauguration of our Far Eastern Fortnight at Neiman Marcus, His Excellency Ambassador B.K. Nehru of India.
Ambassador Nehru, how do you do, sir? It's a great honor to have you here.
It was a great pleasure for me to be here.
What do you have a special message from your people that you bring to our country and to
Well, I
Texas?
bring a message of goodwill from my people to your people, to the people of the United States, and the people of Texas, and the people of Dallas in particular.
Mr. Marcus was telling me that you have some rather astounding statistics that kind of bring Texas and India into focus.
Well, we were talking about the size of my country. We are 450 million people, you know,
Yes, sir.
and that is 1/7 of the whole of the human race. Every seventh human being on the face of this planet is an Indian. So that India, by that very fact, becomes somewhat important. We were talking then of the area of India and of the frontiers of India. We were talking this morning about we're having trouble with China on our frontiers, and people wanted to know how big our frontiers were. And we have 9,000 miles of frontier to defend.
It's a lot of...
So it's a lot of territory. So this maybe, I don't know how large Texas is. I don't want to compete with it in size.
I think you've beaten us, Mr. Ambassador.
Well, I apologize for that, Mr. Marcus.
Mr. Marcus, what type of things are going to be represented from India in your Far Eastern Fortnight?
Well, I had the pleasure of visiting Mr. Nehru's country for the first time this past May, and through the wonderful cooperation of the people in charge of the cottage industries in India, I was able in a very short time to organize what I think will be the finest presentation of the folk crafts and manufactured articles of India that have ever been brought to this country. And this covers a wide range of things, all the way from beautiful embroidered linens and what the Indians call chicken embroidery. This is a hand embroidery that is very fine in detail and type of thing that we don't do in this country at all the way to beautiful articles made of brass, shoes that have been embroidered and manufactured in India, the most beautiful of the shawls made of the famous chartreuse yarn. This is the finest yarn in the world, and it comes from the ibex goat that roams in the highest parts of the Himalayan mountains. And once a year, as Mrs. Nehru was telling us this morning, it sheds the hair under its chin during the warm period of the season, and this hair is gathered and woven into a fabric that is called chartreuse, or translated from the Indian, the material for the emperors.
Mm-hmm. That's very, very interesting. You have also an Indian film that will be shown in Dallas.
We have an Indian motion picture that will be part of the Motion Picture Festival, and I am very happy to tell you that at about this moment, they are loading a baby elephant in New Delhi to a plane which will take off and will be transported to Dallas as a gift of the state of Mysore in India to the Dallas Zoo. So the children of Dallas and the Fort Worth area are going to have the opportunity of greeting a baby elephant named Dilip, which will come as a gift of the people of Mysore, one of the great states of India, to people of this region on this occasion of our Neiman Marcus Fortnight.
How marvelous. Mr. Ambassador, Mr. Marcus has told us some of the cultural things and the crafts and so forth that will be represented. But I would like to ask you, sir, what else would you like the people of our country to know about your country and your people?
Well, there are lots and lots of things I'd like the people of your country to know about mine. You know, the world is shrinking so rapidly that we become each other's neighbors. Whether we like it or not, we are each other's neighbors. We get into each other's hair all the time. And it's a good thing to know what the other person's hair is like if you've got to get into it. So what I'd like the people of Texas to know is how the Indians live, how the Indians feel, what their problems are, what they're trying to do with themselves, why they're trying to do what they are, etc., etc. This is part of my function. And indeed, we try and let our people know about the people of the United States in the same way, because the more international contact one has, the better it is for the future of the world, for the peace and prosperity of the world. But I can't give you here in a few minutes a long lecture about India, because I said it's a big country. It's a diverse country. There are many great differences of climate, of geography, of language, which you would expect in a nation as large as ours. But the one common thing, and the one thing that people should know about India, I think, is not only that it's great and large with a long, very long history, much longer than the history of Europe, for example, but also that India is a very poor country. That's one of our basic problems. We have to raise the standard of living of our people as rapidly as we possibly can, and all the energies of the government of India and of the people of India have been, in recent years, devoted to this task.
Ambassador Nehru, it has been a great privilege, sir, talking with you, and I know that our friends in the audience have enjoyed this as much as I have. We hope that you continue to enjoy your visit in Dallas and that you will come back and see us again sometime. And Mr. Marcus, I must say to you, sir, that I think the inspirational words that Ambassador Nehru has given us lead me to conclude with this one remark, that as long as we have people like you sponsoring events such as the Neiman Marcus Far Eastern Fortnight, I think that we will get closer and closer together with our neighbors abroad.
Thank you very much. I would just like to say that having visited Mr. Nehru's country for the first time, I am eager to return. For as he says, it is a large country, and you can't hope to see all of India in a few days' time any more than you can expect to see all of Texas. And I hope that Ambassador Nehru will come back to see more of Texas, just as I expect to go back to see a great deal more of India.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus and Ambassador Nehru.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm hoping to be able to come to Texas again. I've been here once before, but 2 short visits is just not enough for this large state.
So we will say on that, we will close with, it's a date, Ambassador Nehru.
Good.
You come back and see us.
Thank you.